The kiwi is a unique and strange bird. Once described as a large mouse with a straw stuck on its face, it is flightless, has poor eyesight, and when not waddling around the undergrowth, seems to prefer snuggling up in their warm burrows more than anything else. Yet, despite this, the kiwi has become Aotearoa New Zealand's most iconic species. Undeniably cute, unassuming, and quirky, we New Zealanders have taken the kiwi under our collective wing. In the days before the arrival of humans, it is estimated that there were 12 million kiwi in the wild. But with humans came predator species, threatening kiwi to such a degree that they now number fewer than 70,000. Even after a century of conservation effort, their numbers have only recently started to stabilize. It is through the ongoing work of such organizations as Save the Kiwi that has enabled the kiwi to survive. Kiwi are often said to be more akin to mammals than birds, and in some ways, they actually are. For example, their body temperature is a few degrees lower than that of other birds, similar to that of mammals. Their huge leg bones are filled with marrow rather than the porous material typically found in birds. They have a nasal cavity rather than the plate-like structure of most birds. They are also the only bird to have their nostrils at the ends of their beaks, rather than at the base. Their fine plumage is said to resemble hair more than feathers. Kiwi have also adapted to inhabit the forest floor, a role usually taken by a mammal. The forest floor being a safer place to be, hidden away from the predators of the sky. While they look cute and cuddly, they can actually be quite fierce. An angry, jumping and kicking kiwi can inflict fatal blows on a rival encroaching on its territory. Their diet primarily consists of invertebrates, with worms being their favorite, but they also eat berries, seeds, and leaves. Some even have a hankering for freshwater crayfish, eels, and frogs. The 5 species of kiwi live in diverse habitats, pocketed over most of the country. From mountain slopes to grasslands, exotic pine forest to scrub. The story of the smallest of all kiwi, the little spotted or kiwi pukupuku, is one of precarious survival. With puku meaning stomach in te reo, they earned their nomenclature by being the smallest and most rotund species of kiwi. Once widespread across all of Aotearoa New Zealand, its numbers dwindled significantly on the North Island, until it is thought to have disappeared from there in the late 1800s. The remaining population in the South Island continued its steady decline, until the species was thought to have become extinct on mainland Aotearoa New Zealand by the end of the 20th century. Time has revealed that a tiny, relict population has survived on the South Island mainland, hidden away in a single isolated mountain valley in southwestland. If it weren't for just 5 birds being translocated from Fiordland to Kapiti Island in 1912 by an unknown group of people, the species could have easily been lost to time. Thankfully, those 5 kiwi pukupuku thrived on Kapiti Island, and to such a degree that it has been able to populate a dozen other island sanctuaries. In mid-2025, a population of kiwi pukupuku was translocated back to the South Island to the Brook Waimārama Sanctuary on the outskirts of Nelson City. First dreamed up in early 2001, it was always an aspiration to relocate Kiwi back to the area now known as the Brook Waimārama Sanctuary. In the following 20 years, hundreds of thousands of hours of back-breaking work has been done, and mainly by volunteers. With increasing involvement from the wider community, the sanctuary has experienced remarkable success, facilitating the reintroductions of numerous endangered species. To some, bringing the Kiwi home was not only the culmination of a lot of hard work, but the manifestation of a hard-fought dream. And not all that dreamt that dream lived to see it come true.
Little spotted kiwi or kiwi pukupuku are a species that, one pair may only need, depending on the habitat quality, only 1 or 2 or 3 hectares size habitat. We've got almost 700 hectares here. That means we could have probably 350 plus individuals in here, and that is certainly big enough for a self-sustaining population that doesn't need any further management. There's no input needed in terms of taking, some animals out, bringing new ones in to keep the genetic diversity going. So hence little spotted kiwi really lend themselves to be introduced to the Brook Waimārama Sanctuary.
With plans to translocate rohe to the sanctuary in 2018 not coming to fruition, the time was right to start the process again in 2023. With many requirements having to be satisfied, a permit was granted by Te Papa Atawhai, the Department of Conservation, at the end of 2024. It was then time to coordinate the various organisations needed in what would be a huge group effort. Crucial was the involvement of Save the Kiwi, a not-for-profit organisation with extensive experience in the whole process. Collaboration with iwi from both sides of Te Moana or Ruakawa, Cook Strait, was also essential. With a total of 40 kiwi permitted for relocation, their release could not be achieved on a single day. The birds were to be rehomed in the sanctuary over 2 separate releases. Initially, the kiwi needed to be captured, processed and tagged with a transmitter before being released back onto Kapiti Island. The day before each release, 20 birds would then be mustered and prepared for the next day's travel to Nelson. Save the Kiwi coordinator, Tamsin Ward-Smith, led the 5 teams required to make it all happen.
So we go out at night time and we mimic their call, and because they're territorial, they come into us and we can catch them that way by hand at night. We also have 3 conservation dogs that are certified for sniffing kiwi, and so in the daytime we've been working around good spots that we think kiwi would live in, and the dogs will indicate where the bird is, and then we can find them in the day like that as well. Kiwi pukupuku, particularly on Kapiti, have incredibly deep burrows. Often all you'll see is a tiny hole on the ground. These burrows can be very, very convoluted and 2 to 3 metres long. So there can be a little bit of extraction work. We look in and we see where the burrow goes and we dig a small little inspection hatch. We extract the bird and we pop them into either a travel carry bag or a core flute box. And then the birds are fully checked for their health condition. We look for mites and any skin problems. We weigh them because we only really want to transfer good, healthy condition birds. Some of the birds here are in excellent condition. Some will be fitted with a radio transmitter so that they can be monitored when they arrive at the Brook Sanctuary as well, and they can keep a check on them for about up to a year.
Excitement was growing in the Nelson community with the impending arrival of the kiwi.
We've had a fantastic turnout with engagement with bringing kiwi home back to Nelson. It's been a long time coming, over 20 years in the making. The drive pull from the volunteers and the community, but also the businesses that have supported the sanctuary, including the Nelson City Council. It's been an amazing milestone to have them returning to our doorstep here, which is going to be fantastic, where we're going to have the possibility of having kiwi echoing through the valley of the Brook Sanctuary. The community engagement has just been unwavering with the support, local businesses who have placed up, bring home the kiwi stickers, the sponsorship, so it's been fantastic.
Local jewellers Jens Hansen contributed financial support for the release through proceeds from the sale of a popular pendant.
This little beauty is our 18-carat yellow gold golden kiwi, and we'd been making that for a few years, and when the chance came along to help with relocating some Kiwis to Nelson, we thought it was just a perfect tie-in.
The Nelson Airport also got involved, with Kiwi footprints leading passengers through the terminal, the cafes serving Kiwi-shaped biscuits, and a virtual reality station set up enabling people to have a Kiwi experience before the birds had even arrived.
Augmented reality is superimposing the digital onto the real world, so typically through a phone you're fully immersed in that environment and it becomes a virtual experience.
The release was also mentioned during a heated debate in Parliament.
I just want to start by pointing out the irony today that little spotted kiwi are being translocated from Kapiti Island tonight to the Brook Waimārama Sanctuary in Nelson Whakatu, and I congratulate the Brook.
With the community abuzz, the day had finally come to return Kiwi pukupuku to Te Waipaunamu. Back on Kapiti Island, the day before the initial release, the first batch of Kiwi, or tribe as they are known, were tracked and captured. After a quick check, they were boxed up, ready for transport the next day. First thing in the morning, they were loaded up and boated across to Paraparaumu Airport. With helicopters deemed unsuitable for transporting Kiwi due to the stress they would impose on the birds, the Nelson Aero Club came to the rescue, giving the Kiwi wings, enabling them to fly to their new home. An excited crowd met the planes on the Nelson runway, where the birds were loaded into vehicles, kindly supplied by the Bowater Motor Group. A short drive took the Kiwi pukupuku to the sanctuary, where supporters, volunteers, media, staff and local iwi welcomed them with a mihi whakatau. As the Kiwi reached the final stage of their journey, it was time for a photo opportunity for one particularly unenthusiastic bird. With the light beginning to fade, a new chapter was dawning for Kiwi pukupuku and the Brook Waimārama Sanctuary. The time had finally arrived to release the birds into their new home.
By bringing these taonga back to the top of the south Te Tauihi to Waka o Maui, we're actually creating that whakawhanaungatanga, that relationship, or re-cementing that relationship and sharing these taonga with not only our Ngāti Toa whānau here, but the wider iwi of Te Tauihi as well. It's been amazing how much of, people have volunteered their time and resources to make these happen. It has been a really long-term vision. We've seen everything from the Nelson Aero Club providing their planes and their pilots to transport them across. We've seen Save the Kiwi, to Papata Whai Department of Conservation, all part of the coordination, understanding what's needed to make these Kiwi safe and thrive here in the Brook Waimārama Sanctuary.
As the final release party walked back, they heard the call of Kiwi pukupuku, possibly the first people to do so on Te Waipaunamu in nearly a century. With the first group of Kiwi safely translocated, the remaining 20 were released a few days later.
Tēnā tātou, nau mahara mai tātou ki tēnei wāhi. O te awa Waimārama e rere ati te tai o aorere. Nau mahara mai whakatau mai ki a koutou. Ngā manu no Kapiti. Nau mai hara mai ki tō tātou nei whare hau. Tēnei te ngāhere o tāne i tiaki i a koutou, ngā manu a tāne, ngā manu i takahi, i runga i te whenua, mai Kapiti, mai Whakatu, mai te tauihu o te waka a Māui, tēnā tātou katoa.
We think of these as native little birds, but they are a centre, a focus for all of us to share something special together. Right from our senior members of our community that volunteer their time, keep fit and healthy, and seeing the young children come through here and just connect back with nature, feel that sense of mauri, the wairua that exists around us. So they feel that connection to nature and the environment, and understand the why they have to protect nature and why they have to give their time as kaitiaki.
With the birds left to settle in and explore their new surroundings, a dramatic weather event a few weeks later acted as a poignant reminder of how unforgiving nature can be. With torrential rain causing substantial damage to the sanctuary, there was genuine concern about whether the kiwi had managed to escape unharmed. Fortunately, the fitted transmitters indicated that the birds had survived unscathed. In the following months, the kiwi were quite mobile. While most stayed close to where they were released, some explored further into the sanctuary. With the arrival of spring 2025, everything was pointing toward a successful first breeding season. After all the hard work that had gone into keeping Kiwi pukupuku alive, from the time-forgotten group of people who transported the 5 birds to Kapiti Island well over 100 years ago, to the work of Save the Kiwi, the vision of the founders of the sanctuary volunteers literally doing the groundwork to build and maintain the sanctuary itself, the sanctuary staff and board making plans, attending meetings, filing permit applications, making social media posts and running open days. To the businesses, anonymous donors and government agencies that provide financial support and expertise, we can all sit back and reflect that collectively we have done something special. Something special that will echo through the valleys of the slice of paradise we call the Brook Waimārama Sanctuary.